Hey, North Park Church, it's Paul McRae, teaching pastor. Welcome to our Friday edition of E-News. And you know we use this resource just to get out regular communication to you at least twice a week. And we hope that you read thoroughly the email that's attached with this video and look at all the activities available. Now, maybe you noticed I'm in a rather unique setting today. In my background, you'll see there's tombstones. And actually, I'm in a cemetery. And it's the cemetery that's located right across from North Park Church. And as I look around at some of the tombstones, it's interesting because I see names of people that actually used to worship amongst us at North Park Church. And I always find it interesting because I find that I spend a lot more time in a cemetery than the average person. Perhaps it's my role as a pastor. I officiate a lot of funerals. And I always find that whenever I'm in a cemetery, I always look at the names. I look at the tombstones. I look at the date of birth and then the date of death. And there's usually this little dash that separates the two. And that dash represents a lot, right? It represents that person's life. And there's usually other things that are unique about the person located on the tombstone. And I just find a cemetery a spot where it's peaceful, it's a time of reflection. And I just find it's a great opportunity for me just to kind of look at significance of life. I'm going to talk about that in a few more minutes. But let me just get back to the E-News, just to make you aware of a few special things. First, I want to thank you again just for your generosity this week. We made the announcement that we needed some juice, some water, some snacks and baked goods for two partners that we have connections with downtown, Sanctuary and Arcade. And as always, you guys responded so overwhelmingly, so thank you. We're going to take a break from giving anything this coming week, but we want to make sure that in the future we're prepared to do more of those things, and we'll give you lots of time when those activities come up. A couple of things I want to highlight from the E-News. First of all, I think that we have a bit of an advertisement this week about Right Now Media. And I want to say something about Right Now Media. It is an amazing resource. We through the church have a membership there, and so if you attend North Park, we can give you that membership free, and you can go on and you can scan literally thousands of resources. I use it myself. I use it for getting resources for my own small group. And also, I can recommend to you that in this preaching series that we're talking about our statement of belief, Right Now Media may be a great place for you to go just to delve a little deeper into some of the things that we've been talking about. So if you don't have access to it right now, just let us know, and we'd love to connect you with it. What a wonderful resource. A few other things that are just on the E-News. We have a prayer time coming up in a week and a half, and so want to make you aware of that. I also know that there's all sorts of opportunities and activities that are going on where we're meeting on site now, and so have a look at that and look at the details of an event that interests you, and then any registration details that you need, follow those and sign up. I know our youth kicked off this past week. They had a wonderful kickoff, so it's good to be back to sort of semi-normal for that. Listen, this week we continue in our series, our message series that we've entitled We Believe, exploring our statement of faith. And this week we come to the fifth and the sixth statement. And maybe that's why I find myself in a cemetery today, because actually what we're talking about is Jesus' resurrection. That death could not contain him. The tomb could not contain him. In fact, the tomb was empty. Jesus resurrected from the dead. And that ultimately is what gives our lives hope. Our faith in Jesus and in the resurrection is what gives us meaning. It's what gives us purpose. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that. Jesus' death means no more death for us, at least not eternally. And Jesus' resurrection means our resurrection, that we have new life and we have eternal life in him. And that's a wonderful hope. So join us as we explore that one a little bit deeper. Listen, it's been a wonderful week weather-wise, and I think hopefully the weekend's going to be a great weekend. I trust that you'll enjoy it, but please join us this weekend online for our North Park services. And don't forget, this weekend we'll have communion. So come prepared with some juice and maybe a biscuit, and we'll participate in that together. God bless you. Have a great weekend.